The World Bank in October of last year released a report in which they estimate that overfishing costs the world economy $50 billion every year and has cost the economy $2 trillion in the last 30 years.
Hello, life-protecting viewers, and welcome to Planet Earth, Our Loving Home. On this edition, we examine the very serious problem of overfishing and other harmful human activities that severely threaten the continued existence of our fish co-inhabitants.
Eu mergulho nessas águas do nosso litoral há mais de 30 anos, desde os 7, 8 anos de idade. E hoje a gente vê muito menos peixe do que via antigamente.
Due to intensive fishing over the recent decades, it is estimated that worldwide a staggering 90% of the ocean's largest fish are now gone. Numerous species are at grave risk of extinction. A study conducted by the International Union for Conservation of Nature found almost a third of sharks and rays are at risk of disappearing permanently. Today, Dr. Guillermo Moreno, head of the World Wildlife Fund's or WWF's Hong Kong Marine Program, Dr. Yvonne Sadavi, a marine scientist and professor at the University of Hong Kong, and Dr. Jeff Hutchings, a biology professor from Dalhousie University, Canada, among others, share their expert knowledge and observations about the survival of fish in our seas.
The level of depletion is really reaching scary levels around our oceans. Here is a picture showing the east coast of the US and the west coast of Europe. And in red we have got places where in the 1900s there used to be many fish, and the levels marked in blue show very low levels of fish. In a matter of 99 years we have managed to deplete fish stocks in these areas.
In the 1980s, we found that we were catching more fish than the fisheries could produce. And that's a state of overfishing. And yet we continued to develop our fisheries to catch more fish.
The United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization estimated in 2002 there were 4 million fishing vessels worldwide. With many fleets employing highly environmentally destructive methods, such as trawling or dragging large nets behind boats, and possessing high-tech equipment to quickly and easily locate schools of fish, fish have been disappearing at an alarming pace.
In Canada, we have depleted Atlantic cod off Newfoundland, off the northeast coast of Canada, by 99%. What does that mean in terms of numbers of individuals? Well, it means we've depleted more than 2 billion spawning individuals. And another way to compare that is to take 2 billion and multiply it by the average weight of cod, and 2 billion cod is equal to about 27 million humans. The second species is called the American plaice. This is a flatfish. It's like a sole or a flounder or a halibut. And off the northeast coast of Canada, this once widely distributed fish has declined 96%.
It is currently happening all over the world, in Antarctic waters, in the Indian, Atlantic, Pacific, Arctic, in every ocean in the world right now. So what this means is that eventually we're going to end up with no fish in the oceans at this rate.
Governments are financially supporting fishing industries, which also fuels the destruction of the ever-dwindling fish populations.
One of the key ones is something called subsidies. Many fisheries around the world are provided with funding from their governments, which help those fisheries continue, even when there's not enough fish. I'll give you an example from Hong Kong. The Hong Kong government provides a fuel subsidy for diesel for fishermen. That enables fishermen to continue fishing even if there are fewer and fewer fish. So subsidies is a massive problem.
But there's no question in my mind that if humans do not change their current practices of fishing, and if nations do not do so, then almost certainly we will be exceedingly few fish by mid-century.
Beside fishing, fish are also threatened by other dangers like marine pollution and coastal development.
The losses that we're seeing in our sea is mainly caused by overfishing, as far as we know. However, in some areas, there can be quite high levels of pollution. There might be industrial pollution or farming pollution or pollution that comes from untreated sewage, for example, as we see here in Hong Kong in Victoria Harbour. If you have a lot of coastal development, of course we need to reclaim land. But that sea where we take land from, those areas are very important for many species as nursery areas, and areas where the little fish or the little shellfish need to grow in their early life. And so if we remove those and damage those due to construction, this also can have an effect on the ecosystem. So there are many different factors which are all together, coming together to cause this problem of overfishing and loss from the sea.
When we return, we will have further thoughts from these experts about the precarious state of ocean fish. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television.